Hello and welcome back to John's Garage. It's been a while, but this is one of the acquirements that I have purchased. This is a 2003 Saxo VTR. Rather clean example in my book for the age, the mileage. It's not too bad. Paint's not too bad. There's a dent there, as you might be able to make out. The gaps aren't the best. Probably had a smack at some point in its life, but who cares? She's got 114 on her. Look, yeah. 114,402. Runs sweet as a nut. I've done a cam belt in it. I don't have that on video sadly, but I've got some photos I can drop in. It's got new brakes. We've got just a set of discs. Didn't really matter what brand they were, and EBC green stuff pads. Brakes have been bled, all that. 3 new tyres. I need to get 2 more, but other than that, 3 new tyres. Original dealer plates, local car to Cornwall. Not too bad. Bit rough around the edges, but for a Saxo this year, it's not too bad. Yeah, just have a look in here. But yeah, this is going to be the daily once I pass. It's not too bad. Seats are in nice nick. They've had a clean. It's not, the floor's a bit dirty, but you know, it's not the cleanest. The car is called Ernie because there is an Ernie in the car. But yeah, sunroof doesn't leak, surprisingly. No leaks. Got a POF spec sticker on it. I'm sorry, not sorry. But yeah, I've recently cleaned it up. Had a little valet, nothing major, but just a nice little clean up. Cleaned up quite nicely. Fairly tidy car. A few little spot of rust there. A few bits around some of the doors, but it's had the usual bits at the rear that was welded up by the previous owner. The bits that go in the inner wings up here, they can't sit about there. Actually, I'll pop the bonnet. The bits that normally sit under where that, you see a bit of surface there, under where that fuse box is on this side, under the ECU, they normally rust about there. But yeah, cam belt was done. I've done about 30 miles in it since cam belt was done. Fairly new battery, fresh fluid. It's had cam belt, water pump, full oil filter, fresh oil, air filter, all that. New spark plugs, new belts, the auxiliary belt. It's only got water in it at the moment because it's starting to get warmer, so I've just got distilled water in it, but I'm going to be putting coolant in it soon. The plan is get it on the road. It's got MOT on it, still got shed loads of MOT on it. You know, fly through the next one, the little bit of work it needs. I'm probably looking at about a couple hours worth of work with about 100 quid's worth of parts. Not too bad. And yeah, gonna at some point get 4-to-1 manifold and more or less a straight through pipe, but that won't be for quite a while. Apart from that, runs good. I'll fire it up in a minute. Yeah, it's not too bad. Light's not too bad. I think it's, you can see that crash rail there, it's a bit crumbled. I think at some point in the life of this car it's had a little smack, and the bumper's a bit tatty. I think at some point it's had a smack in its life, but I don't really care. Again, original dealer plate, Easy E on the number plate, quite cool. But yeah, overall it's quite a tidy car. It's just recently had a full wash and wax and polish. I'll just show you some of the other little rough spots on it. Again, a little bit of paint chipping off there. The roof is quite scratched, I assume that's just from going through automatic car washes. There's a bit of polish left on that because I polished it in a rush. Bit of rust there. Apart from that, visible body rust isn't too bad. I'm going to get a rattle can and touch up these areas because it's like that on both sides. Like that again. It looks like it's been done before. A few scrapes on it here and there, but nothing a little bit teacup won't get out. The plastics aren't too bad. They're all there, all these mouldings, like the wide arches on a VTR and VTS. And if you know what the difference between a VTR and VTS is, put it in the comments, but obviously most people know. The VTR was 8 valve, VTS was 16 valve. But yeah, personally, I think the VTR is a better car, and with the current values of these, they're actually quite a lot of money, quite a lot of car for the money, if you know what I mean. Because one VTR, yeah, R racing, S, don't know, probably stands for 16 valves or sports. But I think you pick one of these up. I personally paid £500 for this locally. Lovely guy bought it off. He got it. He'd done the welding on it, made it nice. I've done the mechanical bits, cam belt, water pump, all the usual lab jabber, and just tidied it up. But it's fairly clean. You don't want to mint one, because then you're gonna have to look after it. But just want with a bit of miles on it. But these things, I've seen them go up to like 140, 150,000 miles with a good old regular service, and this one ain't too bad. 5-speed, obviously fresh brakes, so the handbrake's only 4 clicks. Clutch is not too bad. It was, because it's cable clutch, it was adjusted quite high, but I've adjusted it and that's fine. And I'll just run you through the interior. Yeah, door cards aren't too bad. For 100,000 miles, a little bit of wear on this edge, totally acceptable. Aftermarket radio. It was the 90s, early 2000s. Best feature on a Saxo, that. That down there, you've got service book, which I'll grab out in a sec, and a selection of CDs, mostly all from the 1990s. Now this car, the original engine had that many miles on it and blew up. So the previous owner put a one owner car engine with, I think, about 100 miles difference in it, and that's the engine that I have all of the paperwork for, which is in here. Car come from, the engine come from, obviously don't want to show anything, yeah, there's no personal information on it apart from the number plate of the old car. But yeah, VTR, regular service every year. No mention of a cam belt, but there was a non-OEM cam belt in it when I changed it, so I assume it was done. But yeah, got service up until about 10,000 miles ago, so very regularly done. And yeah, basically the car that was the donor would have looked very much like that. But yeah, all original handbook, all that, all paperwork. Obviously got full V5, and I've got all the invoices from all the work I've done. Best feature for Saxo. Mirrors, not mirrors, doors are there. The windows. But yeah, overall, I'll show you this side. Fairly clean car. And yeah, it's quite nice. Seats are a bit clunky, but it's an old car. And every now and then this door doesn't shut, or it did that time. But yeah, overall, quite a nice car. And yeah, you'll be seeing more on this throughout on the channel. Once I soon you'll be seeing some videos driving, and of some of the work that we done in the future. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you like what you're seeing, and if you like the cars, drop us a comment, like if you want. If you want to see more in the future, maybe consider subscribing. And yeah, there is another car on the approach, which will be documented as a bit of a buy and sell thing, because that's what I've been doing recently. And yeah, thank you for watching. It's goodbye from me, and goodbye from the latest member of the fleet. Cheers.